This one-star review says, they have a problem with veterans. The owner replies, I am a veteran and I own the business. I assure you, we do not. We do have a problem with people like you who harass female employees of our business. It is not acceptable to make women feel unsafe and fearful at our business, and that is why you got kicked out. You need to address your predatory behavior and not try to lash out to businesses for identifying it. Yeah, what more can you say about that one? A person was clearly salty that they got kicked out for being a complete D-bag. But unfortunately, the owner of that business did not back down when replying to that fake review. Worst barber ever. I brought my kids to this barber to give them one last try. Terrible cutting hair and very unprofessional, and the owners are rude. Don't take your kids to this barber. The owner writes back, I'm guessing you are the parent that crowded the barber and kept getting in the way, kept pushing your son's hair around while the barber was trying to cut it. When the barber asked you if you'd like to do the haircut, you acted surprised, and the barber explained to you that you were in the way and he'd show you the haircut and would ask if you wanted something differently after he was done. You got mad and took the cape off your son and said, you got this. The barber did not charge you for the partial haircut and you threatened to report him. You then asked who the manager was, and I responded, the three of us, and pointed to the other two owners. You did not make any complaint to us, nor were we rude to you. I seriously doubt you would appreciate someone hovering over your shoulder, getting in your way, and interfering with you trying to do your job. Hopefully, you will be more respectful to the next barber you go to. Your son was wonderfully behaved, and he is very welcome back in our shop if you stay in the car. I mean, honestly, yeah, like if you're gonna take your kid somewhere to get their hair cut, I'm assuming you're doing it because you don't know how to cut their hair. So let the people do their job and stay out of their freaking way. It's not that difficult. Last weekend, I went into an Atlanta coffee shop right after Van City Reynolds, Ryan Reynolds, had been there. The staff was so flustered they got my order wrong, but I'm Canadian, so I drank it. Curious if they got his order wrong too. Ryan Reynolds himself replies to this Twitter thread saying, I don't think they got my order wrong. Partly because I always order a really simple black coffee, but mainly because I wasn't in Atlanta. Talk about clout chasing. Why even do this? Ordered a waffle to find a fingernail and a hair on my food. Absolutely shocking customer service, as I was told I would have to wait another hour to get a fresh one. I asked for a refund but never received one. Wouldn't send my worst enemy here. Response from the owner, our restaurant is not open yet, so this is impossible. We open May 12th, just in case anyone thinks this is remotely true. Why do people do fake reviews on businesses that aren't even open? I mean, obviously, the real question is why do they do fake reviews at all? But obviously, they're just spiteful, you know what's. But if you're going to be a spiteful, you know what, at least do it on a business that has actually opened. A reviewer by the name of Kendrick Lamar says, I am writing this review describing my experience with this place in chronological order of events that took place. I walked into the store and the receptionist was friendly. He asked me what brought me there, and I told him I needed a mechanic for some issues with my bicycle. He told me to come the next day since he was not present there at the time, so I went back home. I came the next day and he told me that the mechanic just left, so he gave me his contact number. The mechanic, whose name I shall not mention, got in contact with me and let me know that he would be coming in for an inspection of the bicycle and the damages. He came by after a couple of days, and my God, he is the most money-minded person I have ever seen. He kept bringing up new problems about my bicycle I never knew it had. He said the gears weren't working, the handlebar was loose, the seat was worn out, and the stand was broken, which wasn't the case as everything mentioned by him was working swimmingly. At the end of the day, he quoted me a price of $3,500. For comparison, when I went to another shop with the same issue, they asked me for $550. Not a really good impression for a place that opened like a week ago. The owner writes back, Dear Kendrick Lamar, We would like to extend our warmest greetings to the fake reviewers team. We have not started the operations of Bicycle Service Center, and we do not even have a mechanic as we have opened a week back. It is possible that you cannot mention the name of the mechanic as there is none. Also, next time when you're creating a fake review, at least use a realistic name and story. If you have further clarifications, please get in touch with us or any of our imaginary staff. If anybody actually read that review and thought that it was real, they're just as bad as the fake reviewer. Food don't have taste and it wasn't enjoyable. Service was good. I asked hot food. It was hot but no taste. Owner's response, please get a COVID test. I mean, honestly, it's hard to tell whether or not this one is actually fake, but definitely a good response by the owner. 10 out of 10. Maggot in the food and how disgusting the place looks inside. I can't imagine the amount of bacteria hidden inside. Owner writes back, initially when I saw this review, I was very worried that there was a problem in the kitchen. I asked the head chef, the line cooks, the dishwasher, and the servers if they knew what dish this was. Nobody could figure out what it was. The owner also tried to reach out to you with no luck. I looked at your previous Yelps to get an idea of who I was dealing with and saw a picture of you posted a burger with a 1-star review of another bar and grill. I did a reverse image search and it turns out that it is a stock photo available all over the web with a keyboard search for rotten hamburger. So immediately, nothing you say has any bearing anymore. You need to find a hobby. Maybe get a cat. Something to occupy your time other than writing false and inflammatory Yelp reviews of various local businesses trying to make a living. Yeah, honestly, there isn't really much you can say about that one. Clearly, they very poorly executed a fake food review and it blew up in their face because they used a stock image. If you want to eat and do business here, think again. This is without a doubt the most unprofessional restaurant I've ever experienced. The owners are unprofessional, the staff are unprofessional, the food is mediocre at best. Owner writes back, you are a disgruntled ex-general manager of our store, and there is a case on you with the local police for simple assault, threatening, and theft. The staff are unprofessional? If you think that is true, then that reflects poorly on yourself because you are the one that trained them. Wow. What a petty way to go out as an ex general manager to just leave a nasty review on the page because you're upset that you lost your job. Clearly, a very strong reflection on what type of person that is. Limited space inside, not much to do. It is aesthetically pleasing from the outside, but the inside is not so much. The owner writes back, this comment is rather troubling considering the house is currently a private residence not open to the public. Breaking into people's houses is still illegal in Florida last time I checked. When we do open to the public, hopefully in March of 2019, we hope there will be lots of things to stimulate the mind. Either this person was very confused or they were very upset that they couldn't get into this place that was very aesthetically pleasing from the outside. I really did not enjoy this Japanese restaurant at all. It was not authentic Japanese food. Owner writes back, hi Rob Smith, sorry to hear that from you. I am Japanese from Kyoto and also been working as a Japanese chef for more than 12 years. But looks like you have more experience of Japanese cooking. Can you please share with us? I will learn from you for more authentic Japanese food to make our ramen better. Thanks. That is a fantastic response. This place is a complete dump. Half of the tee-offs in the driving range don't have tees. The mini golf is tore to shreds. Do not spend a cent on this business. This place hasn't been refurbished in decades. Owner writes back, we had to kick this person off the premises because he refused to pay for mini golf after being caught walking onto the course without paying. Dude was trying to mini golf for free and then he got pissed that he got kicked out instead. Pulled in just now and as soon as I locked my car, an employee came out yelling at me, telling me I cannot park in his parking lot. I will never come back to this overpriced pizza place again. Horrible way to treat people. Owner writes back, this incident happened on Valentine's Day, one of the restaurant's busiest days, and we were swarmed by Pokemon players, dozens of them, all parking in the lot. This person pulled into the parking lot and began to play the game, and when he told him it was for customers only, he claimed to be a patron. He did not come into the restaurant and then played the game for 30 minutes and badmouthed real customers. Sorry, but must take care of my business. I remember the Pokemon Go craze, and clearly it's died down quite a bit. But if you're going to occupy spaces in people's parking lots, then you shouldn't be surprised then on one of the busiest days of the year that someone is going to say something so that paying customers can actually park in their parking lot. Sorry, not sorry. This restaurant was not even open when the website and fake reviews were posted with excellent feedback. The owner pays employees under the table, keeps them for about a month, and then lets them go. Food is very average and too greasy. The owner writes back, "Dear customer, it was very interesting to read your review. We had all the intentions to hire your son in the beginning and gave him 2 weeks of training. However, after 2 weeks of training, we didn't see any positive results, so we decided to give him one more chance and train him under a cashier for 2 more weeks. Unfortunately, after a month of training your 20-plus-year-old son, he still couldn't remember our menu." So, an angry parent leaves an angry review after their son got fired for being an ineffective employee, claiming that other reviews were fake and bad mouthing the food that they'd probably never tasted. Pretty vulgar staff, paid for services and was kicked out for hanging out in the weight room, was yelled at and told that I won't get far in life with that attitude, will not return. Owner writes back, "You were actually kicked out for throwing things in the weight room, but hey, we all lie once in a while, right? We'll give you some more free advice though. Treating people and things with disrespect will get you kicked out of most places. Have fun." Dude was pissed off that he got kicked out for being disrespectful and throwing things around and blew up in his face. "Sat at the bar with my friend tonight for an hour and she never got served. Bartender was rude." Owner writes back, "Your friend was intoxicated to the point of falling down. She was cut off. It would have been illegal to serve her. If she needs help, seek help. AA.org." That is some pretty serious stuff there. Bartenders have to cut people off if they become too intoxicated because they can actually get held liable if someone leaves a place too intoxicated and bad things happen. It is what it is. "The lady was rude when I called back." Owner writes back, "When you apply for a position and you don't show up to the interview for the first time because you were busy, then given another chance and not show up for 2 more times, you should at least not complain when we tell you good luck." Yeah, and you probably also shouldn't write a bad fake review because your time management is terrible when trying to get interviewed and get hired for a job. Don't rent here. Straight up don't care about their tenants. Owner writes back, "Hi Mark, I'm confused by your review. You vacated one of our properties nearly 8 months ago. You purchased a house. Your deposit was refunded in full. You called my cell phone numerous times after hours, calls that were not emergencies, and I spoke to you regarding any concerns you had. The 4 maintenance requests you put in during your time, broken door handles, towel bar, and clogged tubs, were taken care of quickly for you. You even came by my office numerous times to sell me Aflac insurance. If I could get more details on the basis of this review, that would be great." Yeah, I'd love to know the details as well because it sounds like these people were very attentive and he just decided that he was going to be a D bag for nothing. Weird. Honestly, I don't know why people write bad reviews other than being bored and not having any good hobbies and just wanting weird attention. I've never understood the fake review thing. These people absolutely need to get a life. Let me know in the comments which one you think was the most ridiculous.